Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sandy Zimmer. Today I'm going to show you how to make this fun card using the Stamp of the Month for March 2023, as well as the Stamp and Thin Cuts Eat Chocolate. Now, when you see this Eat Chocolate, you're probably wondering, why am I putting these two together? Well, as you'll see in a second here, this Thin Cut set has a thin cut that creates that box, and I love the geometric shape of it. And it also has a little slit where you can sort of slide the chocolates into them. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've cut that out of green apple cardstock. And I'm just using the citrus green blend. I'll show you in a second here. To just create a little bit of interest on these boxes. I didn't spend a whole lot of time on it, but I just felt that it created a little bit more depth. So I'm just kind of going around and then just doing a little part in the center there just to create some interest, as I said. And I do this to all three boxes. And then what I do is I grab my card base here. And again, you could totally do this on a layout. Just do it all the way up the side of a layout if you wanted to. And I'm just fitting those inside of each other just to create a little bit of a more interesting geometric shape. So I'm going to lay that out on my card and just make sure that it fits. Now it does go over the edge a little bit, and you'll see a little later on I'm going to cut that off. And I've gone ahead and I've stamped out 3 of those little characters from that Stamp of the Month, and I've cut some of them apart and I've left one whole. So you'll see that basket, I just cut that around there. And then the other little guys, I left the last one whole. So I'm going to put this little fellow on here to make it look like he's climbing up that shape. And then I'm tucking the baskets in just to sort of create a little interest as we sort of go up the ladder, if you will. And that last little guy, he's reached the top. So I'm just sliding him in there, trying to make sure that I'm not going to cut him off when I cut those edges off. So now you'll see I just flip that card over and I use my scissors. The blade goes right up against the card base, and that just helps me to make sure that I get a nice clean cut. I decided I want to use that Thank You Bunches sentiment, and I just literally stamped it on some white daisy cardstock, and I used that same citrus green blend to color it in. Did a little dovetailing on the edges there. Decided I wanted that little guy to move over just a tiny bit so I had a little bit more room for my sentiment, and tucked it in behind him. And so there you go. It's pretty easy peasy. It's a quick come together card. I decide I'm going to use a little bit of that gold paint pen because, well, I really love it. And I'm just going to create some dots for interest here and there. And that is pretty much it for this card. It is a fast one. And you could do this with any colors, as I said. You could use any stamp sets for interest. It doesn't have to be this little Stamp of the Month, although I do kind of prefer it. And again, you could do it on a layout as well if you wanted to. So there's just a close-up look of him. I colored him all off camera, but you can see how cute he turns out. So again, I'm just going through the products here. That's the Stamp of the Month. That's the Eat Chocolate with the thin cuts. And then there's a close-up of all of the colors that I use. Those tri-blend markers are fantastic. And then here's just a close-up of it. So I really hope that you've enjoyed watching this video and that you'll give me a thumbs up if you have liked it. I'd also love it if you shared it with your friends. This helps to give me a little bit more exposure. I'd love to hear a comment from you if you could leave me a message. If you're interested in any of these products, please go to sandyzim.closetomyheart.ca to order them. And you could slow down the video or pause them for all of the information that you need. If you've enjoyed watching this video, I'd love it if you hit the bell so that you get a notification the next time that I post something. And again, thank you for watching.